Marcus, where are we at? We're over here?
Oh
my
man.
God.
Oh.
This is too much. Is this not too much?
There's a weird feeling about sitting down at a couple of mics again and looking at you.
I just we haven't actually sat at mics and looked at each other since our last broadcast so many years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel it. I'm having a little deja vu, sort of reverse.
Because we had talked about like doing Firefly, and that never came about.
That never happened.
But man, here we are, and all you guys are here too.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yes, this is that Kevin Costner?
Kevin!
Jesus Christ, Kevin, the old Tin Cup himself.
Never saw it.
You did not see Tin Cup?
I've never seen Tim. I feel like I've seen parts of it.
You know what? Turn
There's
on
a part
the Golf
where he
Channel.
plays it safe or could go for it all and goes for it all or something.
Like
right?
he should, like a hero.
I'd never seen it.
That's where
Rene
you and I
Russo.
always
Rene
debated.
Russo.
I don't know if you would like it, honestly. I always said go for it, be the hero. You're always like, play it safe. Try to par out. Try to get a bogey.
Okay.
You know, that I'm not trying to bring up old stuff, but
anyway, why do it tonight?
Getting back, sitting here, turn on the Golf Channel, Tin Cup playing all the time. You really should have seen it by now.
Cheech Marin in that?
Cheech Marin is in that.
Oh,
Rene
I'll check it
Russo.
out.
It's a fun film.
Thomas Crown Affair.
But I'm having sort of a reverse deja vu where I am remembering old
Something
memories
that did happen.
That did actually happen.
And now here we are. We got past hors d'oeuvres here.
This
Open
is
bar. Marcus, can I get a slow jacket?
I will not do anything, Marcus. As you know, as any true fan of Pound Cake knows, I am no longer drinking since our last. Last broadcast that led to the hiatus, that led to the breakup, and so many years and years and years and blah 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 and contracts and lawsuits and domestic violence
numerous
disputes
promises about us getting back into doing this gig that you would still abstain from any sort of alcohol, certainly while near on air or off air.
When we decided we were going to do this, I looked you in the eye and I said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm done with that, and I'm ready. I'm ready for us again.
We're back."
And so here we are. Did you?
And
see
it's not just us who wanted us back; it's you guys.
You guys are back.
More than anybody.
Here's some questions people are going to have. One right out of the gate. Where's Megan? Where is Megan? I hear you guys. Where is she? Her contract's still getting worked out,
and I trust that it'll get figured out.
I trust it'll get figured out. She
wants a third.
She wants to do this.
Yeah.
I talked to her on the phone when she was finally willing to listen to me, and I told her that you wanted to talk to her too. But I know you guys are
that Firefly didn't happen. She took it harder than we did, and we wanted it to happen.
It was her baby,
right?
She specifically said, "Pound Cake, we do Firefly," and when it didn't happen, she went off the rails, and we didn't talk to her for a while. We didn't see her for a long time. But she is safe. Anyone wants to know, she's safe, and she is doing much better.
Thanks, Marcus.
And she is... add some Coke to that. Good God. Let me
loose, Rory.
Can you, let me just smell it. Let me smell it.
All right.
That's good.
It is.
That's top shelf Jack. That's top shelf Jack.
That's
Gentleman Jack.
Yeah, that's Gentleman Jack.
Used to be my favorite drink. But what are we doing here now? What are we doing here today?
We're back.
If you could see, I know you guys can hear them through the microphones, but if you could see, there are tens of thousands of people here. We're at the Hilton Convention Hall in downtown Los Angeles.
Right.
Don't look it up. They don't have a website. I already checked. We're in the convention hall. Remember, they didn't want to put us in the hall.
They didn't. And you know what? If you guys hear it, the reason you're listening to the show, it's the reason everybody who can hear me speaking in this room right now is here. They said, are you sure you just don't need like a part of the bar or a room off the bar?
Yeah, a conference
right.
room?
And we
that
said,
was
no,
insulting.
you wait until you see the best podcast fans of the world
Pound
come
Cakers.
out for Pound Cake.
Yeah, Pound Cakers, which, just to bring up, there are people still... to our old address when we were at the Beast.
Right.
Remember we were at the
WRHL
Beast?
1060 The Beast.
1060 The Beast, early morning AM.
Right. Our old program director, Jeff Leome, I feel, first of all, we should take this moment. Part of this is reflective. And we want to say thank you to Jeff Leome. He gave us our first start back in the old days of radio when we would just do like mini specials and we kind of thought movies would be a good idea to review. And Jeff gave us a chance. But you guys need to give Jeff a chance because if you keep sending pound cakes.
Yes.
To WRHL 1060, WRHL.com. The address is still listed there. He can't eat anymore.
He's going to die.
I know. But
Jeff's not healthy without the pound cake.
He does need it, but let him do it at his own discretion. You guys sending these out. I remember we would come in the morning.
Yeah.
Jeff would have we would have the pre-show fist fight where we would kind of talk about what we were going to go over that day. Right. If we were covering, like a very special episode of Knots Landing, or we did the Jason
verbal fist fight for anyone.
That kid's name from Home Improvement, JTT. Taylor Thomas,
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
The one where he got sick. We covered that episode.
Yeah. Well, remember when just reflecting back, Growing Pains. God, do you remember that?
Yeah.
That feels like yesterday, but it also feels like forever ago.
Mike Seaver.
Yeah.
A young Leonardo DiCaprio.
A young Leo. Mm-hmm. Remember?
He's like a runaway.
Remember when you said it? You said, that kid's got it. And I said, what do you mean? And you were...
Which is how I always knew you were drinking.
You always knew that.
Because I wouldn't mean?
Yeah, because I wouldn't comment. I would just ask another question to keep the train going.
But Megan knew too. Like she might have said it before I did.
That I was drunk most days? Or about Leo DiCaprio being a superstar?
Both.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't good at hiding. I wore the same clothes.
Hey, that's liquor under the bridge.
Yeah.
But anyway,
going back. Yeah. Please stop sending pound cakes to Jeff. That is his liquor, and he is a good guy. We still golf. We play 9. We don't play 18. Mm-hmm. I'm not good after the turn. I'm not fun to be around.
A lot of cart time.
I'm at 50 to 60 just after 9. I'm not good at beyond that. But if you're sending him a pound cake, I speak for Dan, Megan, and myself when I say thank you so much. It means a lot to have fans who are that supportive.
The best fans in the world who are here tonight.
Yes. There you are. You guys see us up here. They're ready for the announcement. We're getting there. The clock is ticking. You see the timer behind me. For anyone listening on the radio now, the live broadcast, there's a huge clock behind me that is floor to ceiling, digital, counting down till the announcement of what the next show we're going to be reviewing is.
Because this is big, guys. Not only are we announcing we are back, the Pound Cake is back. We're back with a show.
It just occurred to me we should maybe be saying something to anyone who's just joining us. Let me tell you what, you have missed years and years of Pound Cake.
And you've already realized you've missed a party. But don't worry, there'll be more parties to come with listeners like you guys.
So many parties. Yeah. And please get on our Instagram, Pound Cake Pod, and take a look at some of the photos from tonight, because people are looking very good. But to any of you new people, Pound Cake, we review TV shows, and we took a huge hiatus for personal reasons and dramatic, emotional flare-ups that occurred amongst the three of us.
And with the station.
And with the station. Right. Also, Jeff and Megan, they're not talking. He threatened to kill her. Right. She threatened to kill him. You guys can
listen to all that in the archives. We don't need to get into all of that.
We don't need to get into all that, but it was a double murder threatening, and it actually negates itself, and they're both free to, bother each other if they want to, because they both threaten to kill each other. But point being, Pound Cake is back, and we are going to be reviewing another show, and that clock is still ticking down. But as soon as it hits 0, you can feel the energy, you can feel the frenzy in here. We're going to be announcing what the next one.
But I think you were on the right track there, giving people a little bit of history. So we both met in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. I was currently at the time writing a weekly newsletter about the Gary Cole show, Midnight Caller, that I was a big fan of.
That's right.
And I feel like that's how we found each other.
Well, I was a fan. That's how I got in. I was I had one of those karaoke machines at my house, and I would set up microphones, and I would take blank cassette tapes, and I would record fake radio shows. And I remember I would send them to anyone that worked in media. And I always was a big, growing up, big movie review guy. Right. I loved Siskel and Ebert, and when I read your article and what you were doing,
Midnight Caller,
well, this guy gets it. And this is someone I should talk to. And I remember I sent you one of my cassette tapes, which
that's right.
I'm still embarrassed by this. It wasn't a recording of me doing anything on the karaoke machine. I accidentally
left. It said that on the label.
It said it on the label because I thought that's what it was, but I accidentally left record going. And I don't even remember. I think it was maybe an hour of me just yelling at my dogs, which I don't have pets anymore because of that.
Your pitch and your argument against those dogs is what sold me.
Yes.
Because I'm like, this guy can talk about anything.
Yes.
He can go on a rant. He can get deep. I mean, because the dogs don't even respond. And a lot of times in those early days, nobody was responding to us.
Nobody.
So, so we knew what that was going to be. And then you sent me a letter about Gary Cole, and you said from Cole to Diamonds.
Keep going.
From Coal to Diamonds. And I knew then when I read that, Coal to Diamonds, because I had never thought of his name as like a coal, like coal like you would put in a stocking or whatever like that.
Right.
And when you use that analogy, I said, this guy is somebody I need to work with.
Because I paint a picture. I remember that's what you told me.
You painted a picture
You
with
took
those
your words,
dogs.
and your words were colors, and it's like your dogs were a canvas, and it's like you threw a lot of colors onto your dogs. Just to be clear, I never did hit my dogs, but they were taken away because I was aggressive with them verbally. But as you saw in my talent, it was just I was expressing my rants, my reviews.
Yeah. There was a lot of water in the squirt gun, as I always like to say. Back in those days, I don't use that term anymore.
Right.
Obviously, with the squirt gun issue that happened in our third year, but that's
100%. So it ended up being a real gun.
But then I knew that we could work together.
Yeah.
And I feel that and I don't want to bring up any bad stuff here.
Yeah.
But your insistence that we switch from talking about TV to going into movies, like things like Miller's Crossing and Natural Born Killers, it just didn't have the legs, right?
Well, and I will go ahead and admit that then I thought I was right. I now know that I was wrong,
right?
Because it didn't have the legs. But I was like, maybe we do
regarding
radio shows about 10. We do 10 radio shows that are about
a TV show,
one movie, and there's just you couldn't get any legs because the movies were an hour and a half, 2 hours,
right?
Now that some of them are 3 hours, it's something for us to consider.
Yeah. And I remember when Kill Bill came out, you were like, "This is 5 hours,"
because it was 2 volumes.
Right.
But
for the most part, it just didn't work. And
it did not work.
And then we said we had also talked about doing comedy, and we just said, we started out with Midnight Caller. Yeah. We should be doing. We can handle drama.
We can handle drama.
Right.
So. Just to where we are now, we actually have someone pretty special on the phone.
Oh, you want to do it right now?
Well, just this one sneak peek.
You got him? Did you
I've
get
got
him
on the phone. The sneak peek of which network we're going to be with.
That is great.
Because as you know, our last one was The Beast.
Just give me a second.
Yeah. So we were at The Beast last time. People at AM, which was AM radio, and then we went to FM radio, and now we're still going to go FM radio, which is where that's where we want to be. FM, AM, we weren't getting as big of a fan base, but now the network that we're going to be with. Well, I'm hearing right now from the producer that we've got him on the phone.
Okay,
so let's just let's let him go. His name is Al.
Oh, great.
Al, do you want to go ahead and chat?
Al, come on in.
Hey, Al Madrigal here from All Things Comedy. Just want to welcome Dan Van Kirk and Rory Scovel to the All Things Comedy Network on behalf of myself.
Thanks, man.
Bill Burr and the rest of the All Things Comedy podcasters. Welcome.
I've heard of
Can't
it.
wait.
Thank you, Al.
Thanks,
Are
Al.
you kidding me? Al, professional comedian, professional actor, Al Madrigal, and Bill Burr, also professional comedian, professional actor.
Yeah.
Presidents of, you heard him, All Things Comedy. That's where we're going to be, folks. We're going to be on All Things Comedy. You see it right there. Go ahead and drop the banner. Where's Marcus?
Oh, you guys.
When Marcus gets a second, he's going to drop that banner, and it's going to say ATC right across it, All Things Comedy.
I wanted to say it's so great that you're here. It's so great to have you on the line with us. Is there anything else you could tell our listeners about this opportunity with All Things Comedy?
Hey, Al Madrigal here from All Things Comedy. Just want to welcome Dan Van Kirk and Rory Scovel to the All Things Comedy Network on behalf of myself and Bill Burr and the rest of the All Things Comedy podcasters. Welcome.
Thank you again. We also can't wait. Al, it says maybe we're getting a bad signal. It did seem like he kind of said the same.
He could have thought that we said
maybe he didn't think that he got us.
And the great thing, guys, about us going there. We're giving you the news. First news out the gate. The first announcement is where we're going to be.
Yeah.
And they've got a brand new, beautiful studio that I hear.
Brand new studio.
Right?
We're going to be doing.
No more sharing a mic for us. That's how we're on 2 mics right now.
And as you all know, we're going to continue our tradition of allowing 10 to 15 or so audience members in for the podcast or the radio show. Sorry, I get caught up with. As you guys know, I kind of went into the podcast direction after the big hiatus and breakup, and
it's okay. It's all right.
I still did with my karaoke machine, whatever. But we're at All Things Comedy. Al, I just got to ask you, knowing the drama that has just sort of been the bane of my existence and Dan's and Megan's.
Because the thing is when we're talking about and Al, you probably know this. This is probably why you brought us on. When it comes to talking about the shows, we nail that.
Yeah.
We know that there's some accoutrements that come along with that. So as you were saying, Rory.
Yeah, I mean, and because of that, I mean, was there a part of you that was like, maybe these guys are a gamble?
That's fair.
I mean, or did you think to yourself, like, oh, it makes perfect sense. Get these guys in the booth. Let them talk about it. Let them review TV. Where was your head at, Al?
Yeah.
Hey, Al Madrigal here from All Things Comedy. Just want to welcome Dan Van Kirk and
he
Rory
is saying the same thing over and over.
Well, you might say something different.
Bill Burr and the rest of the All Things Comedy podcast.
It's the same tone every time. Al. Okay, well, I'm gonna drop the call, and we'll maybe go.
Thanks,
back
Al,
to him.
so much.
Thank you, Al Madrigal, president of All Things Comedy, for taking a chance on. Two guys and
the greatest fans in the world. I mean, is the chance taken on the fans? It might be at us, but not on you guys.
Oh, they're applauding because they're looking at the clock. We got about 2 minutes to go till the big announcement. And you know what? Actually, you've got a letter, I think. Did you not receive a letter in the mail?
Well, part of the reason that we got back into this is for everyone that is here in this room right now, and everybody who's listening to this. And if this is your first time listening to a Pound Cake, where you been?
Hey,
it's for you too.
Welcome.
It's for
and you're
going
to hear us use the word family a lot. Just so you know, when we say family, we're talking about our fans because that's what we think of our fans. We think of fans. That's a big letter. Good Lord, how many times is that folded?
It's 6 times because it's too legal.
Do you fold?
I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Usually,
this is how it came to me.
Okay,
this is how it came to me.
All right.
I'm usually good for like a 2 or a 3 fold. To be honest, do you fold more or less than that?
I'd fold a little bit less than that.
Really?
I do.
You do like a 1?
I do 1 fold, and if there's not an envelope big enough, then I don't send it.
As a rule, like as a thing for yourself. Because you know what else I've started doing? Like I'll double knock.
Yeah.
Like the guy from Glengarry Glen Ross.
Who double knocks? Alec Baldwin.
No, the other. He's
Al
a famous
Pacino.
actor from Glengarry Glen Ross. No.
John C. McGinley. He was in the Broadway.
No, he was also in The Usual Suspects.
Somebody
said it over here. Somebody said it over here. Yes, yeah. Did you hear them say it, or did you think of it? I think that's what they're saying. They said Kevin Spacey. Too.
I just threw it. I only said it because I was like, oh, House of Cards. That would be a fun show to
Well, there wasn't
review.
a prize, but you win. Anyway.
Yeah, actually, there is a prize. We have Dave Klock from here in Los Angeles. He's an artist. He's doing a lot of T-shirts and stuff for us. We're going to be doing a huge giveaway. If you listen to the very first episode is we're going to get more of this information. But just to tease it.
And follow us. You can check it out on social media.
Follow us on social media. That's your way to win. Pound Cake Pod.
Pound Cake Pod.
Get on Twitter.
Instagram.
At Pound Cake Pod. Get on Instagram. Out Pound Cake Pod. Retweet, tweet, talk about the show. But that person right there is going to get a Dave Klock t-shirt. That's all I'm going to say. If you want more info? You better listen to episode 1. Go ahead.
Did you still want me to read the letter?
Read that letter.
Okay.
Marcus, why does he have ketchup?
Here we go.
Why does he have ketchup for his corn?
Oh, I didn't want ketchup.
Did you get ketchup?
No, I said I'm from Chicago. Don't give me ketchup.
What did you want?
I just want a corn dog with mustard.
I want barbecue.
Okay, let's get into this letter.
Get into that letter.
This letter is now this is from somebody who's a bit notable and then also a huge fan of the show.
Oh,
and this is the reason we're back doing the Pound Cake.
I love that we have celebrity celebrity families.
Yeah. They are. Connor Hawk, who, as everyone knows...
Tony Hawk's nephew.
Yeah, but also the son... Excuse me, the son... I get a little choked up. The son of Ethan Hawke.
No!
Yeah!
I think I saw Ethan.
He should be here. Hey, Ethan, if you're here...
Get a t-shirt.
Megan and guys.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
What happened? Where you been?
Yep.
When you coming back? We all heard rumors about Firefly, and we knew that was going to be the best review show of Firefly ever to be in existence.
Would have been.
But it never happened. When are you coming back? Are you guys off in the Fortress of Solitude getting better? I hope that's the case. We wouldn't even review that. That's not a TV show. That's Superman.
Well, that's...
Unless it's Smallville.
Do we know?
Okay, anyway. All I want is for you guys to come back. I haven't spoken to my dad in 2.5 years, but the last time we talked, it was about the Pound Cake.
That's unfortunate.
I feel like you guys are the tie that binds so many people and their family relationships.
Are you, Dan,
you are the reason that people talk at the dinner table, say hi on a Sunday night, and wave to each other as they cross the street, but not in a wave that says, hey, I think I know you, but a wave that says, yeah, I listen to the Pound Cake too. I hope that you guys come back soon. If you do, please let me know. I'll be there in that ballroom that night, standing in the back, next to my dad because you guys are doing a show again.
Oh, my God. Connor, they're here somewhere.
Oh, man.
But we do only have the one T-shirt, so they will have to decide if it's going to be a youth large or a large.
That's
I don't know how big Ethan is.
This right here, this is why we do it.
That's why we've always done it, for our families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
/ fans, like I already established. Fans, family. This is all right. Well, it looks like we're about to be at it. We're gonna have to. Are
you as excited as I am?
I'm gonna try to get this room quiet so they can hear this.
Okay.
Folks,
guys, just simmer down just a little
bit. Hey, can you?
We're out here for each other.
We're here for us. Remember this about us. Can you ring the bell or hit that? Whatever the bell thing is.
Here we go. All right,
that did it. Folks, I
want to hear a pin drop in
here. You could hear a pin drop. You guys are so excited to know what we're going to be doing. I would actually like to introduce my partner in entertainment to make this big announcement for the two of us. I'm just happy that I can be a part of it and be reunited again.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dan Van Kirk.
All right. Now look, in the pantheon of the show Pound Cake, we've done shows that have marked popular culture. Knots Landing, Falcon Crest. Then, and this was, I'll admit it, I wasn't a big fan at the time, My So-Called Life. That was all you, Rory Scovel.
We took on the drama and we found our niche, didn't we?
We even, for a while, went on with fan fiction just to see how we thought that show should have been closed out correctly.
Very sick. By the way, fan fiction's getting a little too raunchy for me.
Right.
Let's just tell a story. Tell a good story.
Exactly. We've done other great hit shows like Longmire, Greg the Bunny.
Yep.
I cannot believe what I'm about to say. The next show that Pound Cake is going to be reviewing and discussing on a weekly basis for the entirety of its run is, say it, Rory,
J.J. Abrams / Stephen King's 11/22/63. It's going to be on Hulu. It's going to be streaming. They're going to be dropping one episode a week, and we will be there to watch and review.
And this is great for you guys because you don't have to worry about being in front of the old tube set.
Nope.
Like back in the days, when we would cover shows like MacGyver and things like that, and people would say, I missed it.
Yep.
Guys, it's going to be on Hulu. You're going to be able to listen to us before you watch it, or listen to us after you watch it.
We will be in that room with you watching those episodes.
Pound Cake is back. And it is here to cover 11/22/63.
Look how excited everybody is. Oh, the balloons! A little late. Marcus!
Now, Rory, let's talk a little bit about the book.
Yeah.
How we came into this.
Okay, so here we go. This Stephen King...
This is the first time for us where we've read a book.
I never read books.
That is also a TV show.
I never read books. You know that about me.
That's true.
I run into Megan Amram at a coffee shop.
We wishes she could be here tonight.
Wishes she could be here. Contract getting worked out.
out.
She doesn't know if she can make public appearances yet based on the contract. But I run into her, and I'm talking about Kennedy, and I'm talking about conspiracies. And she goes, have you read Stephen King's 11/22/63? I said, I haven't. What are we talking about? She goes, we're talking about time travel. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the Kennedy assassination.
Where were you guys? I wasn't there.
La Mill Coffee.
Okay.
So red flags immediately. I go, time travel, Kennedy assassination sounds like a giant ball of cheese.
Right.
Is what it sounds like. And she said, well, you gotta check it out. You gotta read it. It's 800 something pages. Daunting.
Mm-hmm.
Daunting.
Yeah.
I see it. I go buy it. I say, I'll read this over the course of 3 years.
That's what you thought?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I read it in 2 weeks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 weeks. Couldn't put it down. Absolutely loved it. That's the first time I realized Stephen King is brilliant. I should have already known it. He's a legend in the author community.
Yep. This is some of the same feelings I had.
And so then Dan comes over, huge sports fan. Yeah, you take it from there.
Well, we were watching, was it like the Stanley Cup?
It was the Stanley Cup finals
for the
Blackhawks.
No, I think it was the second round or something.
Second round.
Because anyway, they're here or there. Western Conference Finals?
Western Conference Finals, yep.
And I come over and you say, hey, do you read much? I said, yeah, I'm always looking for a good book. You said, you need to read 11/22/63.
That's right.
I said, what's it about? And you go, I'm not going to tell you anything about it.
Yeah.
I go, that's the day JFK was shot. And you're like, fine, whatever.
Did you say that? You knew that off the top of your head?
Yeah.
I would have never known that.
Shut up, really?
I'm not smart. I'm not a smart person.
Bit of a Marcus. So we sat down. You said, you've got to read this book. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Just trust me that. And you said, trust me because I never read books. Yep. And I burned through this book.
Yep.
So I picked it up. I started reading it. And I remember reading it on a Kindle. When I got to 50%, I was sad because now I knew I was halfway done.
Yeah, you were over the hill.
Yeah.
Coming back down the other side.
Coming back down the other side.
I've
gotten, 3 or 4 other people to read the book?
Yeah.
You have told other people to read the book?
I've told so many people.
Yeah.
Who knows who actually listens.
And do you know what you said to me, that same conversation, when the day that you said you should read this book? You go, I was a quarter of the way through the book. I became obsessed with this being. It's got to be a TV show. And you were like, I looked it up to see who has the rights.
Yep.
Thinking that, nobody had paid attention to this Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
And you found out right away it's J.J. Abrams' first project after a little movie called Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
And you were like, this has got it. I wish so much I could be in the show. And we were already excited for the TV show. Little did we think at the time, what if that's what brought Pound Cake back? We weren't even thinking that at the time. We were talking about a book.
To me.
Yeah.
I was caught up in a book. I said, we don't review books. Right. It didn't even occur to me that this could be something. And then when we found out it was going to be happening on, surprise, surprise, President's Day, folks, that's right around the corner. That's going to be February 15th. That's a Monday.
Yep.
Dan, goes on, does the research, realizes all the episodes are going to be dropping every Monday on Hulu.
Yep.
Well, we said, I'll tell you what, either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, some point in that week, we've got to review the episode we saw because we've read the book.
Yeah. And we're Pound Cake. People would feel
we're
it's
Pound
not even
Cake.
going to be. People would be like, "Oh, it's a good show," but is it Pound Cake good?
Yeah.
Has Pound Cake reviewed it?
Exactly.
And we're not going to let that happen where people doubt the quality of this show.
Right.
When you've got something like Stephen King, who wrote 8 of the episodes, can't wait to see those 8. The other 2 we'll see.
What do we tell fans right now who are listening who haven't read the book? What do we tell them? Do we tell them to rush and read the book? I mean, you go see a movie based on a book, you see a miniseries based on a book, it never adds up to the book. I got to be honest, there's so much rich storytelling in this book. I wonder if we're going to get all of that. Not to say it won't be good,
right?
But will we get all of that richness from the book in the miniseries? What do we tell people? They have a week.
Well, yeah, I would say
you could read it in a week if you can read fast. It's good enough.
I can't do that.
I can't either.
Right, but some people can. Yeah.
But if you're a reader on the reg, you can read that in a week.
Yeah,
not me.
I don't.
But also dive into it now. You'll get far enough to where you'll be ahead of the story. I would assume.
Yeah,
definitely the first episode. And here's something people need to know about the first episode. Dan has always been doing the research for us since day one on shows, actors.
All the way back
He's
to
gotten us our
Midnight
interviews.
Caller. I was already writing that newsletter.
He was constantly reviewing, finding, resourcing. He looks it up. The first episode released on President's Day, the 15th, is actually going to be a 2-parter. So it's going to be 2 episodes.
1 and 2.
So just so you know, if you're going into this miniseries, I assume they'll all be an hour long. But this first one is going to be a 2-hour event.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you're going to want it to be a 2-hour event because I have a feeling it is going to we're going to dive right in.
Yep.
I think we're going to dive right into an amazing story. James Franco, did you have doubts when you heard the casting? Are you a Franco fan?
No, and here's why. I am a Franco fan, but here's why I didn't have doubts. Because he also tried to buy those rights, much like you first thought of wanting to see who was developing
He
this.
and I are similar
and
in so many ways.
He has to, that means to me, he understands the material, he gets the story, he wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an Oscar-nominated actor.
That's exactly who he is. He's an actor.
Yeah.
He is a professional actor.
So I am very much looking forward to him sinking his teeth into it.
It feels good knowing he was obsessed with the book.
Have you ever seen him smile?
I've seen a big smile from him.
Yeah,
a big laugh that
chompers. He has chompers.
A lot of, and he knows how to use them.
Yeah,
he is an actor. I think him being obsessed with this book. That's what I want from whoever is going to be in this role.
Right,
I want them being obsessed with the book, and the fact that he is. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Very excited.
I'm excited for us to be back just as much as I am for the show.
I am, and we're going to be.
And you know who's probably not? Jeff Leome. Because if Pound Cake's back, he's going to get a lot of pound cakes.
I mean, people were sending him pound cakes when we were
WRHL
away, when we thought we were over. People were sending him still at the Beast. Mm-hmm. Jeff is still at the Beast. Yeah. His address, 2347 Will Hire Lane. They're still there. They're still Studio 17. But do not send any more pound cake. No. You will kill this man.
Yeah.
The lemon ones are my favorite.
I've heard some people saying they're getting letters from Jeff saying send more pound. Like, don't do that either, guys.
If Jeff is requesting the pound cake, do not listen to him. That it's unsafe. He's not eating anything else.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the show, man. And you know, we're going to mix it up a little bit. I feel like every episode, we're obviously going to cover the episode. We're going to talk about what we loved, what maybe we feel like they left out a little bit. Yeah. That's fine for people who haven't read the book. They didn't know what they didn't miss, so it won't matter. And then we'll also probably bring in some friends of ours, some experts in the field of whatever we want to discuss.
100%. When we get this contracts worked out, Megan is going to be here. We're going to have comedians. We're going to have philosophers. We're going to have experts in the field of science and cinema to come in and talk about the logistics of the story, but also reviewing on their own and through us the book, the visual book. Yep. You know, when you read a book, the whole movie is in your brain.
Sure.
We obviously haven't even seen the same movie by reading the book.
Exactly.
What are we going to see now that we know this is the definitive visualization of this book? What will it look like? We're going to delve into every single episode.
Yeah.
And we're also we're going to get people's opinions.
Right.
And so if you're wondering what can we expect from Pound Cake in the future, this is it. For 10 episodes or so, you will be listening to us talking specifically about 11/22/63, and hopefully
it's Pound Cake, so there's probably always going to be a little extra there.
There's always a little bit extra with us. You know that with us comes drama.
I had a restraining order against you that I was able to have waived for tonight's show, but that'll all get worked out. Hopefully,
I am hoping you are able to get that waived.
You also, according to the judge, you are the first person who served as the defendant and a witness for the prosecution in your own restraining order hearing, because you felt like you maybe needed to be a little bit as well. But I feel like we're past those days, but I'm going to have that worked out by the time we do the first episode.
We're going to talk to the courts. We're going to talk to the lawyers. We're going to see if we can get that taken care of. But hopefully we will be in the studio together. If not, do not fear. You're going to still get the Pound Cake package, as we always call it, one of our shows. And just to send the listeners off and all the people here who came out tonight, and obviously, please go on Twitter, Pound Cake Pod.
And guys, thank you so much for really keeping it down while we did all this.
Thank you very much. Very attentive. Go on Instagram, Pound Cake Pod. Look at the pictures from tonight's party. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
You'll see the ones from tonight, and you will not want to miss the next one.
You won't want to miss it. And we're thinking about dropping some classic photos of us sort of in the days of old when we were in the booth together. But, you know, that's all getting started. As you know, we've deleted almost everything we've ever done. And we're
a lot of those things.
Rebuilding.
A lot of that deleting was done out of spite, but neither one of us should be pointing fingers tonight.
It was... Okay, we're not going to point any fingers. But people have asked, as you know, with Pound Cake, we always have a brand new theme song, depending on what show we're doing. And I was able to work a little bit of magic and work a little bit of paperwork and numbers and moolah.
You know how to get things done.
I know how to get things done through the alleyway, if you know what I mean, with a band. They're called The Winter Sounds. They're on iTunes. They have videos on YouTube. Yep. They are fantastic, and we were able to get them to do the theme song for Pound Cake and 11/22/63 podcast. I am not kidding you.
I haven't even heard this.
This is about to be.
Does
this
Megan
is the
know
unveiling.
about it?
Megan doesn't know.
Oh my God, guys, we're all in for a treat here.
Everyone is in for a treat.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you, and I can't wait to get back on the airwaves and talk with you guys in a week or so. And talk about what we saw for that first 2 episodes of 11/22/63. My name is Rory Scovel.
My name is Daniel Van Kirk. We're going to play that song, go out on this. Guys, please get home safely tonight. Rory?
Good night. Pound Cake.